Hey Sneakies, welcome back for some more Warframe while on the PlayStation 4. He's finally here. We have the Loki Prime intro, and he's also going to feature the Piranha secondary weapon. So let's get in there and build everything before we head into our mission. So this is going to look a little bit odd because I actually recorded part of this during the last update. Now with update 14 they completely changed the way everything looks, so it's just going to look a little bit weird. Anyways, we're going to start off by building his three pieces, his chassis, his helmet, and his systems. Then we'll have to wait 12 hours before we can actually build the blueprint, which will take 72 hours to complete. And a thank you to Fluffy Kitty Eater for helping me get the Loki Prime helmet, which was the last piece I needed to finally start building him. And here we are 12 hours later, so we just have to claim these three pieces before we can finally build the Loki Prime blueprint right at the top. Just requires these three in addition to an Orokin cell, which really isn't too demanding. I have to admit, it is kind of weird seeing these two different menus, but it is nice because it also shows new people exactly how the game's changed over time right in one video, so I can't complain too much. Anyways, we finally have to start building Mr. Loki Prime, so let's get on it, and then we'll be back in 3 days. Or 2 seconds, whichever comes first. Anyways, as you can see, update 14 has completely changed the way the foundry looks. It looks a whole lot better and more professional, just as everything else does in the game so far. And then Loki Prime, confuse, deceive, and destroy with Loki Prime, featuring altered mod polarities for greater customization. So we're going to compare him to regular Loki and all that good stuff and change his look around in just a moment. But for now, let's just claim him and get on to the Piranha. And look at that, here we are back in the previous update again. Anyways, the Piranha is a weapon from the research labs in your clan dojo, so you just have to research it, then you can copy the blueprint for credits. And it of course does require a format just as all the other weapons from the research labs do. But the rest of the requirements really aren't all that demanding, so it's not all that bad. So we're just going to build this, and in 12 hours we can finally claim it. And look at that, here's update 14 again. So the Piranha chew through the enemy with this vicious automatic hand shotgun. So this should play pretty differently from all the other secondary weapons I've used so far in the series, so I'm definitely looking forward to trying it out, and I hope you are as well, so let's grab this and finally head into our mission. But first, here we are in the arsenal. We're just going to customize him a bit. Now you can see he is rank 2 and the Piranha's rank 3, that's because I tried to record this previously, but my recording software actually glitched out, so it ruined the video, so I now have to redo it. Anyways, this is Loki Prime's default look. I'm basically just going to change it around so that black is the primary and then white's going to be the secondary. Just to give him more of an evil look and also more customized to myself. Now, that looks pretty horrible to me, just like that. So that's why we've got to further customize this. Definitely need some white mixing. I'm trying to make him match up with all the other Warframes as I've been doing with the whole evil red, black, and white look lately. So we'll make that white. Alright, now see, that doesn't look too horrible. I messed around with it and this was the best I could get him to look with these particular colors. And then for the energy, that shall be red. So we'll go to the Valentine's Day pack. And that looks pretty nice. Except the quantum emblem is not matching up to the right color. Let's try this. There we go. Yeah, see, he looks pretty evil. You do not want to mess with Mr. Loki Prime. So don't forget, we can always change his look later on in different videos, but for now, this will be his intro episode look. And now to give you an idea of exactly how regular Loki differs from Loki Prime, basically, it's pretty cool because he actually has 175 power compared to 150, so he has more energy to cast his abilities. And that's something they typically don't do with the Prime Warframes. Usually they only give him extra polarity slots or something like that. They don't actually give him different stats, but that's pretty cool. But that's actually not the only way they differ, so we're now on regular Loki for 1 second, just to give you an idea of exactly how they differ with their polarity icons. So first up he has this one, which you can see in the top right hand corner of the card. This icon is for defensive mods, stuff like Vitality and Redirection, which increases health and shield respectively. And then this V-shaped one is for attacking mods, stuff that improves your damage and also your powers. And here we are back on Loki Prime, so we'll take a quick look at his polarity icons by default. You can see he has the same defensive and attacking ones that the regular Loki does, but he has an additional defensive one, so that helps him increase his ability to take damage, which is something he severely lacks by default. And then there's also a tactical polarity icon up here as well for stuff like flow and natural talent and all that good stuff. Now, just as we normally do in the Prime Warframe intros, I will be using the Aura mod, which fortunately for me happens to match up with my favorite one in terms of the icon matching up. You can see in the top right hand corner of the card right next to the 7, it matches the icon over here in the red box to the right. So by default at max rank it has a 7, we put it there, it has a 14 now, so I have 14 points available to equip other mods in these slots over here. And I'm going to equip all his other abilities. Each Warframe has 4 different abilities they can equip, and you have them all by default as soon as you acquire them. You just necessarily can't equip them right away. So I'm going to put max invisibility here, and then we'll put an unranked switch teleport there, and then a maxed radial disarm, which is his most powerful ability over there. And then I still have 2 additional points to equip something else, so I'm probably going to match this one up with a redirection to increase his shields. And you'll see the benefit to this as well. So if I match the polarity icon of in these slots over here that's not an R mod slot, you can see it's a 4 right now. It goes down to a 2, so it cuts it in half. So it's definitely very beneficial, and those are all the points he currently has available to equip stuff. So this will be our Loki Prime setup for this intro episode. So with this last update, they actually changed the way that void missions are accessed in the game. Previously, you go into a keys menu and scroll through all your void tower keys that you had collected up to that point, and then you could start the mission from there. It also was kind of implemented into the old star chart, but it would still bring you back to the key menu anyway as soon as you selected it, so it wasn't really. However, they've now changed that, so it's right here on the navigation menu with everything else. You just go right into here, and it even matches up with the cool look of all the other mission nodes on the other planets too. So it looks a whole lot cooler and more professional. And it's pretty cool too, is they actually show you the level of the enemies now too directly on here, so you don't have to guess or go on the wiki or find out as soon as you get into the mission. So for Tower 1 it's 10 to 20, 2 is 20 to 30, and then 3 and 4 are both 30 to 40. So for this first episode for Loki Prime, he's going to do a Tower 1 capture mission solo. Now keep in mind this is going to be pretty difficult for him because the void missions are more or less the end game content in Warframe right now, so he's not meant to be here at such a low level, so this is going to be very challenging, but I'm sure he's going to make it through. Anyway, Sneakies, don't forget to click like if you enjoy this video and you want more in this series. Also hit subscribe to become a Sneaky today, that way we can continue to follow the series in the future and never miss another video in it ever again. I do hope you enjoy. Here we go. Infiltrated!
We have multiple targets of interest for this mission. Bring them all to me.
Now this is something really cool about using a Prime Warframe versus a regular one. If you're using a Prime, you can walk up to this Death Orb in the Void missions. It gives you 250 energy. This will not work with the regular ones, so keep that in mind. So pretty much, Loki Prime is completely better than Loki in every possible way. Anyways, for capture missions, we have to go on to the mission. There are 2 targets. They're both indicated by a red box on the minimap on the top left-hand corner of the screen. Use the Piranha and him. Nice! This thing isn't too bad so far.
Targets. Their capture is crucial.
Lotus was kind enough to indicate that they're high-value targets. So we have to go in here, we have to damage them enough to remove all of their health, and then they'll fall on the ground so we can capture them Ghostbuster style or even Pokemon style, depending on how you want to look at it. You'll see that in just a moment, as soon as we get there. Now you have to watch out for these damn lasers that randomly pop up in the void missions. They don't always show up, but they can show up and completely ruin your day if you let them. Okay, now this one is actually an active one, so we have to watch out for it. I can still jump over its attack and walk up to it and get the 250 energy from it, as I'm about to show you in a second. There we go, gotcha! Now in order to disable this trap, all we have to do is hit its weak point as soon as it exposes it, which happens to be this little part here as soon as it pops out. So we destroy that, and it is no longer active, except for that last attack I got out right before I completely demolish it. So as I was saying, we go on to this mission, we have to locate the 2 targets. Now, in the current update, we only have to capture 1 of them. For some reason. There's no benefit to capturing 2 of them, except for, I don't know, bragging rights or something. I'm sure in a future update they'll change that, though.
Target. Capture them quickly before they escape.
Now you'll see that I've located him. He's walking right over there. I can tell just by the way he's moving around that it's him. And then this little icon will show up right on the screen to indicate too, so I'm going to go invisible. This will allow me to sneak up on him very easily. This is a good strategy for Loki. And then he can jump up in the air, press your melee attack, and then you slam down on the ground, you knock them down, make them completely vulnerable to your mercy. Alright, so we got him down. Oh, this guy wants to play too, huh? Yeah. How'd that work out for you, sir? Oh, we have somebody else who wants to go. Alright, well, I didn't want to ruin your day, but you left me with no choice. Good night. Oh, these guys just keep coming, don't they? There we go. Alright, so I have to say the Piranha so far is pretty good. Can't wait to see what it's like at max rank. Anyways, now we approach the target, we press circle on PS4, and then we start capturing them. I guess it kind of looks more like a Pokemon capture more than anything.
Keep hunting.
Grenier targets, gotta catch them all. Grenier. That wasn't very catchy, but I will sue you if you try to steal it, so keep that in mind. That's the way the music industry works these days. Alright, so we're going to continue through the mission here. Oh, we're going to go invisible. It's getting a little bit tough in here. Good strategy for Loki. Unfortunately, I don't have high power duration, so I can't really keep it going as long as I'd like it to, but it still works for now. Now, I've already captured one target. I can let this next one escape if I want to, because there's going to be no downside or benefit anyway. But I will capture him just for bragging rights. So there's another Grenier target. He's level 20. So he is significantly higher than Mr. Loki Prime here, but we're going to try to sneak up on him and take him down. Orthos Prime style. There we go. He really didn't stand much of a chance, poor guy.
Excellent work.
Now with update 14, they've actually been implementing more of a storyline into Warframe, setting the groundwork, and at least making these missions make more sense for why you're trying to complete them, because up to this point before this update came out, you were just basically going into these missions for no apparent reason whatsoever. And it's nice to actually have a purpose behind it. I mean, it's still a fun game, but it just takes the game the extra mile. Oh, we got another death orb over here. I need some energy, thank ya. Get out of there. Oh, we don't want to go in there, though. Need to go back this way. We won't even worry about attacking it. Let's use a radial disarm here. There we go. Now you see he was forced to drop his gun. He pulls out his melee weapon, so now he has to chase me. So I can keep running away from enemies that do this, and they're just going to be really easy to kill in comparison. Now, this poor guy is going to get a switch teleport. We're going to confuse the hell out of him. Okay, see, now we switch places. He's a little bit confused at first before he realizes what just happened, so he's wide open for an attack. And we're going to continue through here. We just have to get to the green icon on the minimap indicating our extraction point, and whoa! They changed this too. Previously, if you had come through the room like this, you entered the extraction room in a void mission, there would be like a balcony here that you'd have to jump over. Now they actually added stairs in here, so that's pretty cool. Anyways, I haven't used all my abilities yet. Okay, we need a decoy. Here we go. Got the opportunity. So he sends out a holographic image of himself, and the enemies are distracted. They think it's a real person. Pretty foolish of them because it's pretty obviously not a real Tenno. I mean, come on now. Let's kill this last poor guy. Piranha right to the face. Alright. Now we just have to head up the stairs. Oh, not before we kill this guy. Alright, we're good now. Let's get out of here. Then just reach to the top of the stairs and extract for a mission complete. And look at that, we got a Paris Prime grip. This is a rare moment, everybody. This is actually the first time I've ever gotten this. It only drops in Tower 1 capture missions. I played like at least 50 specifically trying to get this piece, and I've never seen it before. But of course it shows up when I no longer need it because Goku 6 already gave me one like a month ago. Anyways, we got 9,400 credits just for completing a Tower 1 mission. So, if you're trying to get a lot of credits in Warframe, the best way is to go for the Void missions. Tower 1 gets you 9,400 credits, then Tower 2 gets you a step above that, then the Tower 3 and Tower 4 get you a step above that. Like, Tower 3 and Tower 4 get you well over 20,000 credits, so it's definitely worthwhile if you actually sit there and play them. Anyway, Sneakies, thanks for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to click like if you did and you want to see more videos in this series. Also, never miss another video in this series ever again by clicking subscribe to become a Sneaky today. And I will see you next time for some more Warframe on the PlayStation 4.